Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are well and fine and enjoying your video class at home and doing the work on time. So students, you have been doing the course in all the subjects, and today I have come to uh, teach you here your SST subject. That part is history part. A few of the chapters you have done in SST social studies, some from civics or political, some from geography, and today we are starting your history part, lesson number first, and the topic of chapter title is how, when and where. Well students, when we talk about history, so what the thing comes in mind first of all means history means something which has happened till this moment. Till this moment means till the moment I am speaking here in front of you, means whatever has happened that has become past. Past means history. So we are going to study the history part, and sometimes when we study, we teach SST, many students find history boring. But I tell you students, history is not a boring subject. Yeah, geography is much interesting, civics is much interesting for them, but part of history they find very boring because in history we have to cram the dates and numbers and series of the dates and all these things. I tell you, this thing was in very past. Now history is not only meant to dates. History means everything what happens. H stands for history, H stands for happens, means whatever the change in the world is happening, whether in politics, whether in sociology, whether in on earth, whether in the space, whether in business or in any other sector or sphere of our life, all these things make history. I tell you before I go to this chapter, how important are dates. You see the first line of the chapter. You can open your book and you can see how important are dates. Actually dates are important. I tell you how. Suppose you don't remember your date of birth, okay, your parents don't write and they forget your date of birth or any other anniversary date. So how you would have been celebrating these days? I think you must have been struggling with the dates only. So dates are important, and history means not only date, some things are linked with date, but we cannot tie everything with dates. Some things happen on a particular date, some things happen on a particular date, but other things not happen on a particular date, but they happen with the period of or span of time. Period of time or span of time means it takes span of time means like few months, few years, then something happens. The things all around you students, you see all around how much science has progressed and how many things now you are carrying in your hands. Now we are making this video lesson for you. So this is what? This is progress. Progress in the field of science. So in the history, in the past, if I say, was this possible? Never. So whatever has changed or progressive, that all thing, that those all things not happened in a day or on a particular date, that we call span of time. So many things happen with the span of time, or many things happen with the period of time, like you can say in months or years. So these all things make a chain of the things happenings. So we are also interested, oh, this thing, when you just make the question, how was mobile invented, how phone was invented. First time how phone looked, you just the phone, mobile phone which you have in your hand, that smartphone, was it like that in the past or in the history? No way. Earlier you can talk to your parents, they would tell there was only that what we call small phones with the keypads, that was there. Before that, even mobiles, means mobile you can take here and there, but before that there was only landline phone at the houses, and before that only STD PCOs, only one PCO in one village or one town. People used to go to the PCO STDs for making calls to their relatives. So go back, you will find very interesting things, and for that, you know, you can take help from this book, as well as if you sit with your grandparents, they would tell you, you ask them in their time how were the schools. Yes, definitely you will enjoy history. You say history is boring. History is not boring. Your way of studying, your way of learning must be boring. So you ask your grandfather, you ask your grandmother, in their time when they were small, how the things looked, how they traveled from one place to other place, how they cooked food, how they wore the clothes, how they talked with others, how they sent their message to other cities, other places, and how were the relations, how all things, how were the surrounding and everything. You can talk how the house is. So all these things you will enjoy definitely. If you share their experience, that is history now. But yes, it has progressed. Time has progressed. Things have progressed. So what is that? That change is also history, and that change was not in a day. It was with the span of period of time, not in a day. So students, this becomes very interesting. You think how people used to travel, long ago, before 100 years in villages. You see, they went here and there on the camels, elephants, horses, and such animals as a cart, camel cart, horse cart. So, and sometimes they walked to the other places, 7 days, 10 days, they walked to their relatives. So all these things now you can reach at a place in just few hours by your car. So this is what, you just look into the history. And was the government like this in the history, like it is today? You have the CM, PM, minister, or like the system of collector and all this the administrative system. Was it like that? No way. You ask your grandparents, they would tell their experience, because before independence the system of government was some different. You read, you listen. After independence, there was democracy in India, and constitution, after making Indian constitution after 1950, the government came into existence. Before that, Britishers ruled us, and this chapter is mostly on that. So British Empire was there, and they were kings in the in India, and there were different they used to call like area wise they had the kingdoms. That's why you in the stories you say once there was a king, once there was a king, once there was a prime minister. Did you read in the stories once there was a chief minister? No, you just always read once there was a king. Once there was a king means this is history. In history, in past, there were kings and queens, princes. So in history they call Mahajanpad. So there were, like you read in Mahabharata, you read in Ramayana, the king Dashrath, the king Janak, and in Mahabharata, King Dhritarashtra, all these things you watch. So this is what that was king's time. People were under the rule of a king. There were different type of taxes. Now you have GST, TST, income tax, and service tax, all these taxes. These were not the like of these names with these names. Yes, the people paid the tax, but not names were different. So actually everything is what? Very interesting. You must be keeping in mind, you must be thinking, oh, how did it happen? First thing, how did it happen? How did it happen? How this mobile was invented? The first person who used mobile and who invented telephone, Graham Bell, and first he called to his wife and said hello. That's why everyone, when we make the call, we say hello, because the first word he spoke was hello. So everyone calls hello. So this is very interesting. And suppose you early morning you take tea, cup of tea or coffee. You must be thinking how tea started. Who was the first person who made tea, who planted this tree plant? Who planted? And many other things. You just wonder, don't go away, you just around you, just see the things and think, how did this happen, when did this happen, and where did this happen? The three things you will study in this chapter. And in history, what we study? How, when, and where. Three things. So this is all about, history is certainly about changes that occur over time. History is certainly about changes. Every day something is changing, and old thing is becoming a history. This is history. So all about that, and it means we, we just, as soon as we refer to time, we talk of before and after, only after and before. So before is history, after is future. So things are going to happen. We collect the data and all, So earlier history was only linked with dates, not at present time. Now it's linked with all other aspects of life, not only dates. So these all things you read in this chapter, and you can continue, like on the page you can say Lipton teas advertising, and this was history. First people started advertising this way on the papers, Lipton's. Now you see advertise on mobile or telephone or your TV screen, but earlier it was this way. So as such, historical questions refer to us back to notions of time, but time does not have to be always precisely date in terms of a particular year or a particular month. So in history, the dates, the thing is not only related to only one date, 1 month or 1 year. Sometimes it takes many years to bring a big change, and that becomes history. Now if you read, this coronavirus will become history, and after coming in the next years, 50, 100 years, it will become history. So yes, people would say that yes, in India corona spread in March, but we cannot say a particular date. Or yes, people found the first case in record, but it went, what we will say, we would not be alive there by the time, you know, it will make a history. So people would say that it went for 1 year, pandemic, disease, corona. The coming generation would remember it as a history, but for us this is not history, this is present situation, present event, incident, or better say accident. So history is the chain of series of incidents, events. Okay, so well, people in India did not begin drinking tea one fine day. They developed a taste for it over. There can be no one clear date for process. So as I have given you the example of tea. So all these students we read in this, and you have seen in the history textbooks of the past 2 years, historians how write about the host of their issues and their other questions. They look at how people earn their livelihood. Now what we study in history, how people earned their livelihood, what they produced and ate, how cities developed. You read in the history, you know, how were the houses. You just ask your grandfather, how were the houses all time? The house you live now, it was not like that. People used to live in a kacha house and with the, using the mud and all these bricks. People used to make house with the grass and all these sticks. So you just share with, and more in past you read about history, and in the Sindhu civilization, Indus Valley civilization, you read that time how were the houses, how people used to wear the clothes, how people use the pots, how people used the utensils to eat food, all these things, how people used the cooking utensils. So we learn about that also, not only dates. So we learn how cities developed slowly, and markets came up, how things made, how things became in market, how kingdoms were formed and new ideas spread, and how culture and society changed. So in history only dates are not there. Many other things, as I have told you, you are going to learn in how, when and where the things happen. And then dates, by what criteria do we choose a set of dates as important? Yes, sometimes dates are important, but not every time. The dates we select, the dates around which we compose our story of the past, not important on their time. They become vital because we focus on a particular set of events and important. If our focus of study changes, if we begin to look at new issues, a new set of dates will appear insignificant. Significant. And consider an example. Just I tell you, see this example in the histories written by British historians in India. The rule of each governor general was important. Yes, when Britishers came in India, so rule of every governor was important, and the first governor who, when British company came to India, the first governor was Warren Hastings, and in 1773. So every governor was important, every date was important, but actually the basic focus, you see, these histories began with the rule of the first Governor General Warren Hastings and ended with last Viceroy Lord Mountbatten. Two names are more important. The first one, Warren Hastings, you must remember, and the last, Lord Mountbatten. Two names are important, but in between the time, many governors came, many viceroys came, but those are not given much importance in the history. Only two dates are given, the first and the last. In separate chapters, we read about the deeds of others in other chapters. Like other governors like Wellesley, Bentinck, Dalhousie, Canning, Lawrence, Lytton, Ripon, Curzon, Harding, Irwin. These are the names of the governments who ruled here in India. So can we not write about the history of this period in a different way? How do we focus on the activities of different groups and classes in Indian society within the format of this history of governor generals? When we write history or a story, we divide into chapters. Yes, we divide into chapters, different chapters. Why do we do this? It is to give each chapter some coherence. It is to tell a story in a way that makes some sense and can be followed. That's why history is told in the story, making a very beautiful series. What you serials watch on TV, history serials you watch in the series, and you enjoy every event. So like that, in the process we focus only on those events that help us to give shape to the story we are telling in the histories that revolves around the life of British governor generals. The activities of Indians simply do not fit. They have no space. What then do we do? Clearly we need another format for our history. This would mean that the old dates will no longer have the significance they earlier had. A new set of dates will become more important for us to know. So how do we periodize? So keeping each and every date, given importance to each and every date, it has made history very typical. So we'll have to find a new set of series, new set of periods and spans to make history more enjoyable. So we'll continue with this chapter, how, when and where. By the time you read the two parts, I have explained here in the book. You can see one is how important dates are, then which dates, and then yes, two topics you just revise, and then we'll continue. We are not going to read line to line. We are going to grasp. We are going to acquire the exact essence of this chapter. That's why you will in that way you will enjoy. Otherwise you will be just keeping finger on the line, and reading will not be enough. So just be very practical, be very realistic around things, and then remember. And don't forget to discuss with your grandparents about the history. Ask them questions about their life, their schooling, their cities, their system, or traveling, or all things. You can ask, and you can ask about how marriages happened that time, how Bharat went one place to other place. All these things you will really enjoy, I guarantee you. Thank you so much. Have a good time.